Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi semua. Okay, bertemu lagi kita untuk sesi live classroom at Edidik pada pagi ini. Okay, sebelum saya mulakan, saya mohon maaf kepada semua sebab hari ini kita mengalami sedikit, bukan sedikit ni, banyak masalah teknikal yang tak dapat dielakkan. Sampai kita terpaksa menangguhkan kelas kita pada pagi ini. So pada sesi ini kita akan belajar tentang bahasa Inggeris untuk tajuk sekolah menengah dengan topiknya Directed Writing. Yang akan disampaikan oleh Miss Chai daripada SMK Hutan Melintang, Bagan Datuk Perak. So sebelum saya menyerahkan sesi ini kepada Miss Chai, suka untuk saya ingatkan kepada semua pelajar, ruangan live comment adalah hanya untuk bertanya atau menjawab soalan. Mana-mana komen yang melampau yang tidak berkaitan akan saya block dan saya remove. Jadi ingat, ruangan live comment hanya untuk bertanya dan menjawab. So tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput Miss Chai.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm so sorry for the technical problem caused. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience caused that caused a very much delay to our live classroom today. So how are you doing? Have you eaten your breakfast? To join me in this Edidik Team Perak. Today, I'll be sharing important information to all of you on directed writing. Before I begin our online lesson today, let me ask you a question. Do you still remember how to write an article, a speech, an informal letter, a formal letter, or a report? Do you still remember that? Okay, let's try to make this online lesson as lively, engaging, and fun on this Friday morning. So, what do you know about directed writing? You can tell me your answers writing be asked. Yes, it is in paper 1, SPM 1119 session A. The very first lesson is going to last for about 40 minutes to 1 hour. And I hope that you can learn as much as you can. All right. So I hope you all still remember how to write a directed essays, especially on article, formal letter, informal letter, speech, as well as a report. So you will be learning the various types of formats for these directed essays as we go through this live classroom together. Okay, if you have just joined us, please give this live classroom a like or love so that I know that you are here and you are ready to learn. Is that okay? Please also share this video to your friends so that they can also learn what we are going to learn today. All right, so without further ado, let us begin our online classroom, online lesson today on directed writing. Okay, moving on to the first slide. Directed writing in paper 1, session A. Next slide, please. The mark allocated for this session is 35 marks, in which the content points and formats give you 15 marks, and the writing, the quality of your writing, especially on language aspect, gives you another 20 marks. So 20 marks is the full mark for this session, yeah? And the allocated time for this session is 45 minutes. Please make sure you do not exceed 45 minutes because you are going to write continuous writing in the next session. So in session A, Directed writing, this is the mark allocated, 35 marks as well as 45 minutes allocated for this session. Next slide. Next slide, please, Cikgu Zaf. All right, so there are 5 types of directed writing, which are talk or speech, report, article, formal letter, as well as informal letter. So as you can see from the slide or speech, you'll be asking what is the difference between talk or speech? Okay, simply put, special occasion. In conjunction with the National Kindness Week, I'm here to give you a speech entitled ... So here in 2015 SPM, a farewell speech for an English teacher who is retiring was tested to 2015 SPM candidates. In the following year, 2016 SPM, a talk was tested, okay, in which the candidates were asked to persuade classmates to join a trip. Here you have to give a talk to persuade or convince your classmates. For the next directed essay report was asked in 2017 SPM, in which the candidate was asked to write a report to the principal suggesting ways to improve the school condition. And the next directed essay article, which was asked in 2014 and 2019, which was last year, 2014 SPM, how to ensure safety in the neighborhood. Write an article on that, as well as Go Green Day, which was tested in 2019 SPM. Whereas for formal letter, it was SPM, write a letter of complaint to the town council of Bukit Indah Recreational Park. So when we write a complaint, we normally express our dissatisfaction over a situation that we are not satisfied with. All right, and the 5th directed essay is informal letter, which was asked in 2012 SPM on advising sister how to spend money wisely. Okay, so these are the types of directed essays in session A, directed writing. Are you clear? Please feel free to ask any questions. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Comes. Next slide, please. All right, so you will be learning how to write directed essays. I'm sharing you with the tips and guidelines, as well as the formats of writing each types of directed essays, and elaborating on your points, as well as the marking criteria for this session. Okay, so next slide, please. So what are the tips? What are the guidelines? Okay, what are the tips, useful tips to write this essay? Next slide. So the first tip, next slide please. So the first tip for you to write a directed essay is pretty much clear-cut. You have to read the question carefully. Always, before you write or attempt any question, you have to use your role as a president or maybe as a secretary of the Interact Club, write an article or write an informal letter or write a formal letter to who, okay? And your audience, who are you directing this essay to? So you have to identify your task, your role, and your audience, okay? Second, you have to plan your essay. How to plan well for your essay is when you organize your paragraphs, okay? This simply means you have a rough idea on what you have to write and how to elaborate on each of the content points given in the rubric. Okay, so include your own points if you are only asked to do so. When you plan your paragraphs, you have to write an introduction in the first paragraph, then followed with 3 or 4 content paragraphs. Then you end it with a conclusion. All right, so that's how you organize your paragraphs. Make sure that your paragraphs are well linked to each other. All right, and then use all the content points given. You cannot miss out on any content points given in the rubric. Use them, okay, because this is the directed essay in which you are guided to write this essay. So include your own points if you are only asked to do so. Do not ever waste your time doing so because of the points have been given in the rubric. Okay, you will not get any extra marks if you give your own idea, if you give your own content points. All right, the only thing that you have to spend time on is to elaborate on the existing content points given to you. Okay, all right. Then next, the fourth step, the fourth tips here is to elaborate on the points given. Write 2 or 3 sentences to elaborate on each point. Normally, it's easy to elaborate on the points by giving examples. Give supporting details to sort of tell the reader that you understand the content points. All right? And then remember to vary your sentence structures. All right? Use a variety of sentence structures. Always read through what you have written. Check your grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Sorry for the technical problems here. Okay, so spelling errors, afford to make that errors. Okay, because if errors are encountered in between lines, it will pull down your marks to a lower band or a lower mark range. Make sure you are careful about that. And the formats, how to write a speech. Okay, we are moving on to the next slide. Next slide, please. So formats, okay. How to write a speech. You'll be asking me that. How to write an informal letter. How to write a formal letter. As well as how to write an article or a report. You have to read the questions to identify which essay best suits the task requirement. Okay, next. Next slide. Read the questions to identify which essay best suits the task requirement. Okay, next. Next slide. So let's read this question to figure out what is required from you. What is the task requirement? Okay, in conjunction with the National Kindness Week, write an article for your school magazine on how to become a better person. Use the information to write your article. Okay, so here you were asked to write an article for your school magazine. What is your title? On how to become a better person. All right, so next slide. Next slide, how to become a better person. Okay, so here are the content points given to you. C1 until C13. You have how many content points here? 13 content points here. 13. Okay, so these content points are to guide you to write an article for this title. So to become a better person, we have to be independent and we have to always be thankful. Example of how you write and expand your idea. Okay, so make sure you use the content points given, C1 until C13. Depends on how you elaborate. Okay, make sure that you write this in paragraphs. First of all, let's see the model essay. Okay, next slide. When writing this article, include the name of the writer. Okay, you have to write your own name. Use all the points given. Okay, so this is the instruction. Next slide, format article. I'm going to show you how you write this article. First of all, you have the title, F1, by Anita Anis, the writer's name. It takes years for a person to grow wiser. So this is your introduction. There are several ways for us to become one, to become a better person. And then you move on to your second paragraph with your first content paragraph. First and foremost, we must be independent, full stop. Okay, if you do not know how to elaborate on it, full stop, and then move on to the next content point, C2. Be thankful. We have to be thankful and grateful to people who help us. Then until C4, you can squeeze them in paragraph. Until C8, you can squeeze them in the second content paragraph. This is how you divide the content points so as not to make the paragraphs become a fair distribution of the paragraphs among one another. Okay, so next, moving on to the next article, directed essay on report. Okay, next slide. So you have the F1 and F2 for title and writer's name. Okay, format alone, you got 2 marks there, and then 13 marks for your contents. So make sure you use the content points given. There are 13 of them. Next, let's move on to format report. Okay, so this is how you write a report. First of all, who is your audience? You write this to your principal, Mr. Johnson, principal of SMK Taman Aneka. So this is your first format mark. All right, followed with the title, a report on the environment week in SMK Taman Aneka. After you have written your title is when you write your first introductory paragraph. The Environment Club of SMK Taman Aneka has organized an Environment Week in conjunction of the World's Environment Day. The Environment Week was conducted for a duration of 5 days from 23rd to 27th April of 2019. And then your second paragraph would normally come with a numbering of 2. And then your third paragraph will come with a numbering of 3. Moving on, next slide, please, Cikgu Zaf. And then this is your format points for the first format mark, F1, and then F2 for your title. Very good. So next slide. Your next content paragraph will be labeled with a numbering 4. And last but not least, your conclusion. The Environment Week was a success, and it was hoped that the program will be held annually to raise the environmental awareness among the students. And then you wrap it up with a sign or initial, okay, reported by Ani Ani. And then Ani Ani is the sign or initial. And then your full name, Anita Anis, and the position you hold in the Environment Club. Secretary of the Environment Club, SMK Taman Aneka. Okay, so next, F3 for your signing off. Okay, this is also one of the format marks. So all in total, from title and then to principal, as well as signing off, you get 3 format marks. Very good. Next slide. Let's to write a speech is good morning to the honorable principal. Okay, Mr. Johnson Atkinson, dearest teachers, and my fellow friends. So the greetings alone will contribute 1 mark for your format. Okay, I feel honored to be coming back to the. All right, very good. Thank you, Cikgu Zaf. So in your first paragraph, you include the greetings, which is your first format mark, as well as the purpose. Why do you write this speech and why do you deliver this speech? Okay, the purpose of you delivering this speech is to reach the chain of infection. So the purpose here gives you the second format mark, and then after you have your introduction, move on to your next content paragraphs. Okay, it's best advice that you have 3 content paragraphs before you conclude your speech. Okay, your 5th paragraph would be conclusion. That's all from me. Thank you. This is the simple closure. If you want to add in more, you have a lot of information to share, you can actually put it in your closure, but please make sure your closure is a simple one. Okay, short and simple one. So let's see the format. How do we get the format marks? Okay, Cikgu Zaf, please click next. Yeah, so for F1 is your greeting, F2 is your purpose, F3 is your closure. Next slide. Okay, so we are looking at formal letter. All right, so the first formal letter here is requesting permission. Of course, we also write formal letter to express our dissatisfaction. Okay, I will come to that later. But I'm going to explain to you first on requesting permission. All right, formal letter, first of all, is your sender's address, the Interact Club SMK Kelebang, 47400 Melaka. This is the F1, all right, sender's address. And then your second address will be the recipient's address. Okay, the manager, Kelebang Factory, 47400 Melaka, followed with the date, 3rd March 2020. Salutation, dear sir. Okay, permission to visit your factory as the title, F3, and then start off with your first paragraph in reference to the above title. I, David Tan, the Secretary of the Interact Club of SMK Kelebang, would like to, dot, dot, dot. So you refer back to and then follow with yours. And then signing off, yours faithfully. Okay, connection problem. Okay, thank you so much for the slide. Okay, then your format is when you have mentioned sender's address, salutation, signing off, as well as your title. Okay, next slide. Right. Next is complaint. Okay, so letter of complaint. Same goes, you just have to write the sender's address and then your recipient's address with the date, give a salutation, dear sir, and then a title, appalling street conditions. Okay, I'm appalled by the unhygienic condition of the streets in our neighborhood lately. I appeal to the town council to look into this matter. Okay, we hope the problems can be rectified as soon as possible. So this is how you write a letter of complaint. Okay, yours faithfully. Okay, with a sign, signature. Okay, so this is how you write a formal letter of complaint. Okay, nice. The very last directed essay, informal letter. Next slide. Yeah. So informal letter, the sender's address, F1, and then the salutation, dear Samson, And then your first paragraph, how's things going on lately? I'm doing fine here. In this letter, I'm going to share with you some tips on how to lead a healthy lifestyle. So for your content paragraphs, you mention how to lead a healthy lifestyle. Okay, eat according to the food pyramid as C1, exercise regularly, C2. That's when you have to expand your idea. Okay, give examples to make the essays compact with ideas. All right. That's all for now. Till I hear from you soon, please send my regards to your parents. This is the conclusion, and then you sign off, your best friend, Bernice. Okay, so format marks, 3 marks, and then your content, 12 marks. Simple enough? Very good. So now I'm going to play a song. Okay, this is a 1-minute challenge. All right, I want you all to do this 1-minute challenge. Okay, tag your friends and teachers. All right, tag your friends and teachers. Sorry, tag your teachers. Okay, because tomorrow is Happy Teachers Day, 16th of May 2020. Okay, it's a very special Teachers Day for this year because we couldn't celebrate at school, but we celebrate. What can you do to you? Perhaps in the comments below, you can write down your comments. If you are friends with your teacher, please tag them, okay? Tag them and wish them at advance happy. So I'm going to play you a song for this 1 minute. You. Oh, cannot see the full slide. I'm so sorry for that. Here, the technical errors. So what you can do is, for this 1-minute challenge, I would like you to wish your teacher Happy Teachers Day. Okay, here I'm going to tag my teacher, my secondary school teacher. Oh, cannot tag, huh? Trying my best to tag here. See I could get her or not. Cannot. Okay, for example, I'm sharing you the simple wish, wish for your teacher. Happy Teachers Day to my dearest teacher, Siti Zamzuraini Abdul Hamid. Okay. I wish you the best of health. Take care and stay safe. The image cropped. So for this 1-minute challenge, Cikgu Zaf, you can play the song. Cikgu Zaf, you can play the song. Yes. So for this
Get there. No, I won't try.
1-minute challenge, give you free gifts. Okay, free.
Like
ready? Good luck, Cikgu Zaf. Okay, thank you so much. So just now the song was played so that you can take 1 minute break in between before we move on to the next slide. Okay, that is for you. That is the time for you to write down your wish to your teacher. Happy Teacher's Day. Okay, so you still have time before we end the show and the live classroom. You can still comment. Okay, tag your teacher and wish him or her Happy Teacher's Day. All right, so next, we are going to look at the marking criteria of this essay. Okay, attention needs to be located. Okay, so this means students would gain good marks if they are able to determine the structures of marks. Okay, based on the standard marking criteria, the marks allocated for the directed writing are as follows. Mark allocation, Cikgu Zaf, next slide. Okay, for the format, 3 marks. For contents, 12 marks. And language, 20 marks. Okay, the dogs are saying hi to you. Sorry for that. Okay, number 1, use appropriate format based on the needs of the questions. Okay, for every types of question asked, you have to identify the task first. Use the correct format. Use all the content points given, and it must be in sentence form. And for the language, less grammar mistakes ensure higher marks. Okay, so we cannot afford to make mistakes. So therefore, we have to be careful with the language used. All right. So next slide, please. Okay, so for this marking description, all right. So band A until U3 band. So as you go along, you will see the mark range for that specific band. Okay, for band A, the mark range will be between 19 to 20. It is when the candidate is able to express entirely accurate language and the paragraphs are properly linked. Sentences are varied in structure, vocabulary is precise, tone is appropriate. Okay, so for B band, the mark range will be 16 to 18, and then language is accurate, sentence structures are varied and interesting, vocab is wide enough. So it is just similar to band A, but band A will be more sophisticated. All right, band C, 13 to 15 marks, language is generally accurate. Vocabulary is wide enough, but lack of precision. Okay, for band B, 10 to 12 marks, language is sufficiently accurate with patches of clarity. Patches of clarity here means that for some of the errors identified in previous lines but does not show in the next following lines, which means you have 3 or 2 lines clear without errors. This is called patches of clarity. Okay, that will place the candidate in band D, 10 to 12 marks. Whereas when it comes to band E, 7 to 9 marks, the errors are sufficiently frequent. Means that every lines there. So the frequency of errors are sufficient and then seriously to hamper the speed of reading. Meaning is never in doubt. So simple structures are accurate but not sustained along the essays. So this will place the candidate in band E, 7 to 9 marks. Okay, as for U1, U2, and U3, the marks are as follows. Okay, the lowest mark would be 0, but that is not the case. We won't actually award 0 mark for the student if there is an attempt made. So 1 mark would be the minimum mark, and then 4 to 6 marks will be Meaning is fairly clear, errors hamper reading. So these are the description, the general description, not the precise one. You can actually look at your reference books to see the description in detail. All right. So this is just a general description to explain to you what band and what is the mark range. Okay. Next, let's move on to the next slide. Okay. I'm going to show you how you elaborate on your points. Okay. Very good. Elaborate on your points. As I mentioned just now, you have to, this is a simple practice for you, small letter. Okay, first of all, read the question. You have just returned to Kota Kinabalu from a holiday in Johor. Write a letter to your cousin, okay, thanking him for the wonderful time you had. Use the following notes to write your letter. So the following notes here are the content points. So for the content points, use them. Okay, you have how many here? C1 until C12. Obviously, 12 content points to be used. All right, for that. Okay, thank you very much, Cikgu. So here are your content points, and then read the instruction. When writing your letter, you must remember to lay out the letter correctly. F1 to F3. Use the correct and appropriate format for this essay. To use all the points given, C1 until C12. And then your letter is to an uncle. So sorry for that. If you refer to the question, write a letter to your cousin is actually write a letter to your uncle, thanking him for the wonderful time you had. Okay, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience caused. So let's look at the next slide. Learn how to elaborate on content points. Okay, next slide. So this is a table for you to see the content points clearly. Okay, I've extracted from the rubric just now all the content points, C1 until C12. So this is a table with C1 until C5 here. Okay, so C1, arrive airport safely. Rewrite the point. I arrived safely at Kota Kinabalu International Airport at 10 p.m. yesterday. So how to elaborate the point? Okay, you can add some phrases or sentences. All right, elaborate the point for C1 for your information. I arrived safely at Kota Kinabalu International Airport at 10 p.m. yesterday. Okay, so here I add the phrase parents there to fetch. Okay, as I was away for 5 days, my parents would have and souvenirs all the time. C4, thank the auntie for her delicious cooking. Please also help me to thank Auntie Billy for her hospitality and for her delicious cooking. It was most sumptuous and mouth-watering. Okay? And then C5, wonderful trip, Johor. It was a wonderful trip in Johor. All right? Okay? You explain about the trip. How was it? It was wonderful. Where? In Johor. All right? Next slide. C6. All right? Let's move on to the next slide. Cikgu Zaf. Next slide, please. Okay, moving on to the next slide. C6, enjoyed picnic Kota Tinggi waterfalls. Okay, let's wait for a second. Cikgu Zaf. Next. Okay, thank you so much. So this is the C6, yeah. Enjoyed picnic Kota Tinggi waterfalls. Okay, never mind. Let's look at the next slide. Exciting time. Okay, I got the chance to pose with a cute mascot. Okay, so means I also had the most exciting time at Legoland. Next slide, shopping city square. So elaborate on the content point. Not only that, we also had a whale of time shopping at City Square. Okay, it was the best retail therapy that I ever had. Photos remembrance. I took lots of photos as remembrance. I believe I will look back at the photos of my holiday in Johor someday. Regret not able to stay longer. Nevertheless, I regret not being able to elaborate and family to Kuching. I hope that you and Auntie Lily will pay us a visit in Sabah next holiday. Oh, Kuching, Sabah. So sorry for that. In Kuching next holiday. And then tell him latest news. Before I pen off, I would like to tell you the latest news. Our family pet, Snowball, has given birth to 8 kittens. I think it was a good news to share with you as you love cats too. Take care. Okay, so this is how you elaborate the points. Short and simple, nice and sweet. Okay, it's more than enough to give meanings to your sentences. When your sentences give meanings, it will give your marks will then be awarded. Okay, the marks will then be awarded once the sentences are elaborated meaningfully. Okay, so that's all for today. But before we end this live classroom, okay, before we end this live classroom, I hope that you learned something today. You can always browse back. You can always come back to Edidik Team Perak to look back and watch the video in your own sweet time. All right, so tomorrow is Teacher's Day. Tomorrow is Teacher's Day. Feel free to okay, if you are friends with your teachers on Facebook, tag him or her and tell them your sincere wish. Happy Teacher's Day. To my dearest teacher, followed with their name. I hope you are in the best of health. I can't wait to see you when school reopens. Take care, teacher. I miss you. So this is a short and nice wish that you can send over to your teacher through the comments here. Okay? So that's all for now. Take good care of yourself. Drink more water. Do revision and see you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for the live classroom. Hope you benefited from it. Again, I'm sorry for the technical errors. Sorry for the technical errors, and thank you so much for joining my live classroom today. Thank you for thank you for Perak Team Edidik for your cooperation and time as well as your effort in making this live classroom a success. Thank you so much.
Okey, terima kasih kepada Miss Chai di atas perkongsian sebentar tadi. Macam yang dah diberitahu, kami mohon maaf atas masalah teknikal sehingga kelas terpaksa ditangguhkan. Okey, ada yang bertanya tadi kerjaya yang perancangan kerjaya tu bila? Sebenarnya perancangan kerjaya tu sedang live sekarang. Di satu lagi siaran. Okey, jadi saya mewakili pihak JU Edidik Perak dan juga Edidik Malaysia mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Miss Chai dan harap lepas ni akan ada next slot lagi lah. Jangan jangan berhenti lagi. Okey, so terima kasih dan terima kasih juga kepada semua pelajar yang menunggu. Okey, bye.
Bye-bye.